Welcome to magiccse by Eezytutorials. To watch the same content in Tamil, click the link in the description box. Here we are going to see constraints and types. Hope you have worked out with DDL and DML commands. After having a glance of DDL and DML commands, you come to constraints and types. Then only it will be good to understand for you and it will be quite easy for you. So now we'll start with the constraint. So what is meant by constraint? So constraint means it is a rule. Some rule will be there, and if the rule is satisfied, some actions will be allowed. If the rule is not satisfied, if the rule is violated, then the action will be denied. That is called as constraint. So you can create constraint to the tables which you are working with. So you can post some rules. So you're creating some rules and you call that rules as constraints. And every time if you're carrying out any action like insert, update or delete, whatever action it is you're carrying out, always the rules will be checked up. If the rules is satisfied, then the action will be allowed. If the rule is violated, the action will be denied. This is called as constraint. So in real time, if you're seeing, you'll be having the scanners in the airport or railway station or any public places. So if you're having any suspicious metals or bombs, then the scanner will be detecting with the beep sound. So you will not be allowed. If nothing is there, you're scanned and you're thoroughly okay, then you will be allowed. So same way, like a scanner device, we are having some rules over the table, and if the rules are satisfied, then the action will be allowed. If the rule is violated, the action will be denied. So that is called as constraint. Same way in offices, in the automatic opening and closing of the door, we'll be having a biometric setup. Only the allowed persons will be given entry, others will be denied entry. So same way you can do it in the table as well with the help of constraints. So hope you got. Constraint means it is a rule. So if the rule is violated, the operation will be denied. If the rule is satisfied, the operation will be allowed. That is called constraint. So there are different types of constraint. 6 types of constraints which we are going to see in this video: check, unique, not null, default, primary key and foreign key constraint. And I have created 2 tables so that you can apply all the 6 constraints in this table. So let me create, to save time, I have already typed the query, pre-typed the query, and I have kept so that I will not leave any typo mistakes. So here I have created the first table, the second table also I have created. So I'll tell you how I have applied the constraints one by one. So I have created these 2 tables, and I have posed some rules. So what are the rules I have kept will be shown one by one. So the first constraint or the first rule is the check constraint. So check constraint, the keyword used is check, and in the bracket, within the bracket, you have to give some condition. So for a particular column in a table, you can create some conditions. So at the time of table creation, I have imposed check constraint here. So age is the column in the table student. For this age, I am keeping a condition that age should be always greater than or equal to 18, because I am maintaining a college database. So the students or second year database, something like that. So the students should have the age greater than 18. A 10-year-old boy or girl cannot be a student of college. So the minimum age should be 18. Something like that. I am posting some conditions. So age, I am giving the data type. Near that space, I am having check. The condition is age greater than or equal to 18. So those records which are violating this condition, suppose I am trying to update or insert a record with the value less than, with the age value less than 18, then it will be violated. That is the meaning of check constraint. The next constraint is unique. So unique will be denying the duplicate values. So all the values in a particular column should be different. It should be unique. It should not be repeated. Then I can post the constraint unique. So in this course table, for the course name, I have created a constraint called unique constraint. Just the keyword unique constraint. So in a table, for more than one column, you can have unique constraint. unique constraint will deny the duplicate records. The next constraint is not null constraint. So if you don't wish to allow a blank entry, you want to stop the null values to be inserted, means you can use this not null. So in the column in which you are willing to make it not null, you can write not space null. So not null constraint will deny or will prevent the insertion of null values. The next one is default constraint. So default constraint will be providing you with some default values for the missing data. For example, here in the student table, name, varchar, the default value is new admission. So if any person is entering some details without name, the default value will be considered as new admission. So if a particular value is not entered, this default value has to be applied, like that you can have. The next one is primary key. Both unique constraint and not null constraint together can be applied to a single column, and that you call it as primary key. So what is meant by primary key? Primary key will uniquely identify or represent a record in a table. So you are having many rows, no? So one particular row you are having. So here in this example, you consider student. So all the student details you are having. So with the register number or ID number, you will be able to uniquely identify this is the record of this student. Because if you're having name, means name can be in one class there can be same people with two or more people with same name. So you have to choose which column will be suitable for making that as a primary key. So this value should be always unique and it should not be a null value. It should have some value. So that is called as primary key. In one table, only one primary key is allowed. So in this course table, I have kept this course ID as primary key. So the first way for having declaring a primary key is at the end of the declaration, that is field name, data type of the field, space, primary space key. This is the easiest method. The other way, after declaring all the column name, you can put a comma, then you can type primary space key. So here ID I am going to have it as primary key. So primary space key ID. Both the ways you can declare the primary key. So primary key will check for whether the content is unique as well as the content is not null. Both the things will be checked for the primary key constraint. The next constraint is foreign key constraint. So foreign key means it will be helping you to link both the tables. You are having two tables. In my example, I am having course table and student table. So I am having this course ID as the foreign key. So the same column should be here. So the data type should be almost matching. So here the size is differing. It is not creating any issues. But suppose I'm having the course ID as number here. I'm having varchar here. I'll be getting syntax issues. So always make sure there is some correlation between this the data types and the size, everything between this foreign key. So if you are going to have a foreign key, the meaning is you are linking two tables with similar columns. So here there is a table called course. In that I am having course ID. So the details of each course will be given that. So in the second table student, I am having student details. The student will be picking one course among this table and that course ID is given here. So here the course ID of this student table is acting as a foreign key for this table. So the primary key of this table course ID I have given here. So the syntax is foreign key. So for this table, what is the column name? Course ID. So references is the keyword. Then the table which you are linking. So I am linking the table course with the column course ID. So here course underscore ID I have kept here. Here I have kept course capital ID. So I have created a linkage between two tables. Why you have to create this linkage? The reason is your integrity of the tables will be saved. So for example, I am having three courses 1, 2, 3. Suppose a student is so the student should pick either 1 or 2 or 3. Suppose the student is picking some numbers 5, 6, 10, which is not mentioned in this course table, then the student entry should be denied. So for that reason, I can have a foreign key. Then one more reason, I am having a student who has picked the course, third course, and I'm going to close this course. So I'm going to delete this course. So a student is already having this course, he has already picked this course, or he is undergoing this course. So in this table a record is there, means then the constraint should be violated. Practically this foreign key we will see at the time, you will understand very clearly. So now we see how all these contents are working. So hope you're clear with these two tables, and these two tables has been already created. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to uh, demonstrate each constraints, how it is working like that. So now we'll start with unique constraint. So you can see the color coding. So for the explanation and for the keywords I have used the same colors. So the first constraint which I'm going to visualize and see is unique constraint. So unique constraint will allow only the unique values. Duplicates will be denied. So I'm inserting a tuple into the course table C01 DBMS Priya. So now again I'm trying to insert another tuple. So here insert into course value C02 DBMS. So for the second course C02 also I am trying to insert DBMS, the same course name. So this is a duplicate value, right? It is not unique. So a different core should be entered, but I am trying to do it. So what restriction I am getting? Unique constraint violated. So whenever duplicate values, the same values for this column, for this course name, you have to give different course names. The same course should not be entered again. So if you are trying to do that, you will get a restriction called unique constraint violated. So this is called unique constraint. The next constraint is not null constraint. So I am trying to insert a record. So here I have inserted a record, insert into course value C02 Java null. So I have posed a constraint not null, and I am trying to insert a null value. So what is happening? Cannot insert null into course.instructor. So in the course table, in the instructor column, you are not supposed to insert a null value, like that you are getting a violation. So this is called as not null constraint. So these constraints help us to maintain the integrity of the table or maintain the consistency of the table. The table will be always maintained with right data. So the next one is primary key constraint. So primary key constraint will check for both null condition as well as unique condition. So here you can have any number of unique constraints. So for 2 or 3 columns you can have unique constraint, but primary key in a table for only one column you will be having the primary key. So insert into course value. So I am trying to insert a null value for the course ID now. Sorry. So insert into course values null comma Java comma Priya. So cannot insert null into course.course ID. In the course you are not supposed to insert null value because it is having a primary key constraint. So now I am again trying with a duplicate value. So already I have inserted, so let me select. So already I am having a record with C01. So with the same C01 I am trying to So with same C01 I am trying to insert a new course called Java. So again I will get a violation, unique constraint violated. So both uniqueness and not null constraint will be checked across the primary key constraint. So hope you understood primary key, unique and not null constraint. So here I am having a plain record. insert into course values. Okay, it's not working. So insert into course value C02 Java. So here it is not having any null values or not having any duplicate values. Clearly a row has been created. So these are the two values I'm having in the course table. So now we will move on to the next table where I have imposed other different constraints. So here this is a student table. I'm having 4 columns: name, age, course ID and ID. So totally 4 columns I'm having, and in the name column I have given a default constraint new admission. So insert into student ID, age, course ID. I'm not going to insert the value for name. Only 3 values I'm going to insert. Values 111, 19 and C01. Now what will happen? Automatically the default value will be created, will be inserted. Select star from student. I have not given any value for the name, but automatically what is the default value? New admission. In the name I'll be having new admission. Enter. So default value will help you to stuff the table with the default value which you are mentioning in the constraint. So this is the help of default constraint. The next constraint is check constraint. So this will check. So here I have entered the age is 19. So it has checked and it has admitted. Suppose I am trying to insert an value as 16. For age I am giving 16. Check constraint violated. So it is checking and the condition is less than or greater than or equal to 18. So 16 is less than 18. So the constraint is violated. So this is called as check constraint. The last constraint is foreign key constraint. I have connected both the student table and the course table with the foreign key. The course ID is the common column. So this course ID is acting as the common column. So this is the parent table. This is the child table. So here this is the parent table. The course table is the parent table. So after reference what we are giving, that is the parent and this is the child. So here I am trying to insert a course. So in the course table I am having 2 courses C01 and C02. I am trying to insert a course C09. C09 is not in the parent table at all. So it's not working. So C09. So I am trying to insert some value, some tuple. So parent key not found. Here foreign key constraint will pose an integrity constraint violation. So why this is happening? Because in the table only C01 and 2 is there, C09 is not present. So I am getting an violation. So this is called as foreign key constraint. So the same record I'm trying to enter with proper values, I will not get any issues. So now select star from course, select star from student. One more demo for foreign key constraint I'm doing. So here I'm trying to delete this record C01 or 2 something. So delete from course where course name is equal to DBMS or Java, anything I can delete. So already this course is learned by the student new admission, 111 is learning this course or has chosen this course. Now, in this condition, if I am trying to delete this, what is happening? Integrity constraint violated. Child record found. So here you are having a child record with this ID C01. So it will not allow you to delete it. So mistakes will not happen. For this reasons you have foreign key constraint. Suppose I am having another record. What is the constraint? Maximum I have given only 10 size. Size is a problem. Yes. So now the delete, I'm trying to do the delete for this networks, it will work correctly because there is no dependency. No one has chosen the course network. See, C01 and 2 is selected, C03 is not selected. So this deletion is happening. So deletion will be restricted only for the matching column, that is the foreign key column. If it is having a parent record, then it will not do the deletion. So this course is not chosen by anyone, so deletion occurred. Whereas C01 is chosen by some person and that is why deletion didn't happen. So this is called as foreign key constraint. So hope you understood what is meant by constraint. The rules which you can apply on the table so that the actions will be monitored and it will be your table will be maintained well. For that reason you use this constraints. So these are one possible way for creating default constraint, unique constraints. There are some other alighter methods also. So individually then how to you have already created a table. Now you would like to add some constraint. How you have to do that and all. I'll be showing in the next video separately, like check constraint separate video, unique constraint separate video, like that I'll be having. So in this method itself is okay. You are able to proceed means you can directly watch the DQL commands. Or you want to have a deeper dive into the constraints concept, then you can watch the individual constraint type videos. So from this video you can skip either to the DQL command or you can have a glimpse of individual constraint. So it is up to you. So based on your requirement, you watch the next video. Stay tuned to magiccse by Eezytutorials. Thanks for watching.
Hope you like this video. Kindly like, share and subscribe. Do post your valuable comments. Check for useful links in the description box. For more technical videos, stay tuned to magiccse by Eezytutorials. Thank you.